are joined now by Mark Lowe, who is the director of the Iowa Department of Transportation, and we are here to talk about rest stops. So, first of all, thank you so much for being here so early with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You're seeking public input. There's potential to close some of these rest stops that we see across the state. So, talk to us a little bit about what you want to hear from the public.
Yeah, so really I think this is a really good starting point. So we've put together a plan, and the plan is for what the rest areas in the state should look like over the next 15 to 30 years. And so the plan that we put out on our website really proposes that we should retire about 11 of the 36 rest areas that we have. And what we'd like is for the public to take a look at the plan and let us know what they think about it and how they feel about that, because that public input piece and what they want out of that system is very important to the decisions that we're going to make.
So why retire them? I mean, are they underutilized, or are they just too expensive? I mean, why the idea to retire rest stops? I mean, obviously I would imagine they're placed there to help people out, give them a rest place, truck drivers to sleep. Why close them?
Yeah, and the reason really is just, you know, the term I use is asset management. So with the resources we have, we want to make sure that we're investing those in the right places and not investing in things that are underutilized or not properly placed. And I think when you look at the rest area system, you have to look at the way that it was developed. So it was developed when the interstate system was developed in the late 50s and early 60s, and it was a very rural system. There weren't a lot of other amenities or stops or service locations, and at that time the standard was to have a rest area every 30 miles. But transportation has really changed. We move much faster. There's a lot more service areas that are 24-hour service areas now that are alternate locations, and the standard has become an hour between a rest area or an alternate service location. Yeah. So we've really got some that as we look at it are underutilized and probably shouldn't be invested in the future, and if we don't make that investment, we can save up to $30 million over 20 years that we can put back in roads and bridges. And so that's why we're looking at that.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Cars have changed too. Cars can go a lot further than they used to in the 50s, obviously.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Transportation is much more reliable, and as you look at our interstate corridor across Iowa, it's much different than it was. So there's a lot more service locations that offer a lot more amenities than they did in the 1950s and 60s.
So you'll be seeking input for about a year here. So tell us how people can get involved with this.
Yeah, so the very easiest way is just to go to our website, iowadot.gov, and you can just look up rest area plan or just Google Iowa DOT rest area plan. You'll see the plan, and you'll see a survey with opportunity for public input.
And for folks that say, oh, you're not going to listen to me, what would you tell them?
We do. We actually, this is a much longer planning process than people realize. So we actually started in 2012 and did initial work through. Then we went through evaluating all of these, and in all of the areas that we do, we really seek public input both through our web, both through surveys on the web and actual live public input meetings. And so I guess I'll put another plug out for public input. July 24th at the Botanical Center, we'll have a public input meeting on our I-80 quarter plan. So,
wonderful.
So we really do care about the public input.
Top 5 after this, everyone.